edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Headline edition will bring you special reports and interviews in a moment.
How you doing? This is the guy from Pittsburgh. I'm not making faces, but I look at myself in the camera and notice that this eye droops. I don't know why. Anyway, I've added more stuff to my paranormal forum. A lot of stories on the missing aircraft that they can't find. This is getting more and more bizarre. I saw a comedian last night saying that things as long as a football field and they can't find it. And I'm going to do another video on that in a minute. But I found this interesting article, and there are things, I guess they're more into the paranormal in Pittsburgh than they are in San Francisco, because I don't, in San Francisco Examiner, I see stuff about politics all the time. But in the Pittsburgh Examiner, the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society actually guested an article on how a forum out there created a fake paranormal story, and this was something awful, and they created this thing called Slenderman. Now this Slenderman was creepy. It wore a black suit, had piercing eyes and no face, and it would track down children. It would follow them in the fog or in the darkness and threaten to kill them. And then it increased its activities to adults. It was tall and thin, had long arms that would stretch to inhuman lengths to ensnare its prey. And supposedly this thing was seen right before the disappearance of children or a mass kidnapping of multiple children. But it doesn't exist. But the rest of the story, excuse me, the late Paul Harvey, whom I loved and listened to every day, may you rest in peace, people are seeing Slenderman out there, or something like Slenderman. One guy wrote in that he saw this thing, and I'm being hunted by a shadow creature. It's tall and thin and tries to catch me in those long arms. I saw it in a dream and now it's real. All I see in the face are two eyes, and when I look in them, those arms try to get me. Here's another one. The guy gets a letter or a comment to his story. I'm now 16, never heard of Slenderman until now. It really freaks me out. I had one of these dream experiences about the Slenderman. I was 5 or 6 and having a dream of people I never knew or saw playing a prank on me. So people are dreaming about Slenderman. It goes on from there. I don't want to read copyright and content and get taken off. Then here's another thing. Slenderman, a co-worker. Around 2002, this woman worked at another place and made friends with a woman who had paranormal encounters. In the middle of the night, this woman woke up to see a tall, dark thing, humanoid figure at the end of her bed. Tall, dark, thin, not thinning. Maybe it was a thing. It reached out its arms and its fingers elongated to inhuman length and reached toward her head. She was paralyzed even though she tried to scream and she couldn't. As the tendril fingers wrapped around her head, she lost consciousness. And she had an implant inside her skull. and the thing was entangled in the nervous system of the spinal cord, too risky to remove. The coworker didn't believe the story, which aggravated her friend a lot. She brought the x-ray to work and showed the coworker the proof there was a small metallic object in the x-ray. And here's another guy. I have vivid memories from childhood regarding a throng of these people. There's more than one, emerging from the woods near our house. My mom always warned about gypsies who made their way through her neighborhood. He was about 4. I was playing in the backyard. I recall going in the garage. I became aware of a swishing sound like someone walking through tall grass. I glanced out the garage window, and an entire line of these slender people were coming out of the woods behind our neighbor's house. They were heading our way. I was momentarily frozen. What do I do now? So there's reports of a thing that they created from whole cloth. It looks like there might even be a book about it, Slenderman From Fiction to Fact. There is a book, Slenderman From Fiction to Fact. But what are people seeing out there? Is this some kind of mass consciousness event? They're picking up on the words of a website that a creature that was made up? Or is there really a Slenderman out there stalking people and trying to draw it into its grasp? Yeah, here's Slenderman on Amazon. Robin S. Swope. Slenderman From Fiction to Fact has a fictional character come to life. Slenderman was created on June 2009 during a contest on the Something Awful forum, in which people will act to create a fictional paranormal character to fool investigators, which I think is a terrible thing to do. The paranormal community is out there trying to find these things and determine what there is. There's enough hoaxes and fakes out there. We don't need somebody to add another hoax. But this is kind of creepy. I'm going to read you this. Once encountered, it is an unrelenting and unstoppable force of evil that does not rest until you are dead. The shadow entity is dressed in a black suit and humanly tall with oddly long limbs. These limbs eerily extend out and multiply to trap you in its terrifying death embrace. But the oddest thing about the fictional internet character, people are actually having encounters with a real-life Slenderman entity. So I ask, could this thing have been created by some kind of consciousness, but where people were thinking about Slenderman and the thing suddenly became real? But how do you account for the people who've never heard of the Slenderman myth? Why are they seeing this guy all over the place? So go check that story out in the Pittsburgh Examner, Slenderman From Fiction to Fact, and go check the book out on Amazon. I think I'm gonna go buy this for my paranormal collection because it looks just creepy enough. This is across. The men in black stalk people, and they're all dressed in black, but they're not trying to kill you. But this thing tries to kill people. Okay, well, that's one of the things I found, and I'm going to look into that further. Maybe I can contact the publisher once I get the book and actually talk to the author and find out what he thinks. Okay, this is the guy from Pittsburgh, and I will catch you next time. Have a great Saturday. Try to stay warm. If it's cold where you are, I haven't looked at the weather yet, or if it's snowing, because I don't know if winter has got us still in its grasp or not. It's going to rain here on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.